Do you have a routine for when you go for walks, or do you just like do it when you feel you need it the most?
Uh, I think it's probably the latter. My day is so dictated by call after call after call. For me, it's a luxury to be able to walk into the driveway and spend a few minutes connected that way. I've never appreciated the driveway so much.
Oh yeah, I mean, I realized the other day I hadn't gone outside for I think 8 days in a row at one point, which was pretty wild. And then I went out for a walk, and I have never appreciated the sight of dog poop on the sidewalk as much as I did on that walk. Brad, we've been chatting about all the different organizations Microsoft has been teaming up with during this period, because more than ever, not just in America but around the world, people have found that we really need to come together to help each other to get through this crisis.
Absolutely. When Microsoft was a young company, we had the good fortune to start working with the Boys and Girls Club. And Jim is with us today. He leads the Boys and Girls Club. He's in his home in Atlanta. So Trevor, Jim, wanted to introduce you to each other.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I've known about your organization for a very long time. The Boys and Girls Club has always been synonymous with support, with a structure of providing, what we in South Africa call Ubuntu, which is the village. Right now is a very unique time in that more people need support than ever. But I think what a lot of people forget is the people who are helping need some of the most support, the first responders, essential workers, etc. Tell us a little bit about what the Boys and Girls Club of America is doing right now to help.
It's certainly a difficult time for America and around the globe, as we all know. And you're right, Trevor. There are many people that are required and so desperately needed in this country to provide services, whether it's healthcare or emergency responders or even other essential, workforce. And when you think about those individuals, they're not at home like we are, and they have to go to work. And so many have children, as we all know. And therefore, early on, when this pandemic took off in this country, unfortunately, we were called upon by communities and asked us to help with the children of those critical, essential workforce.
What are you finding people's needs are during this period, especially those people on the front lines who really need help at this time?
When you think about Boys and Girls Clubs, we serve some of the most vulnerable already, kids who need us most in this country. And unfortunately, when you have a difficult time like right now, those needs increase. They magnify tremendously. And so therefore, some of the needs are basic, like food. We are at about a couple thousand of our Boys and Girls Clubs providing meals. Most of it's, grab and go or come by and pick up the meal. Unfortunately, some of the households these kids are coming from are fragile to start with. And during times like this, the tragedy actually grows and magnifies. So abuse picks up, domestic violence picks up. This whole social emotional learning and dealing with these adverse childhood experiences is really a huge need right now. And Boys and Girls Clubs are also working to fulfill that through virtual programming and virtual experiences.
Wow. Brad, on your side, what have you found works best with the Boys and Girls Club and Microsoft? Like, where do you find that your synergy truly shines?
Well, I think for us, not surprisingly, it's the opportunity to bring digital technology to the Boys and Girls Clubs. And, we do that in a variety of ways. A lot of this is digital skills learning opportunities. We help create what's called the My Future platform. And that provides opportunities for the kids who go or who might connect virtually, to learn in an entertaining way and acquire these skills. But in something I think will appeal to you, Trevor, we've also just donated hundreds of Xboxes so that the Boys and Girls Clubs of America have that as well.
Jim, on your side, what have you found is the greatest challenge to you in doing your work right now?
Well, like the rest of the nation and the world, the biggest challenge is the lack of ability to come together, groups. We're a facility-based organization. We serve 4.7 million youth a year at these facilities. This ability just not to do that full scale has been our biggest challenge. So that's where we've had to innovate.
What can we do to help support those 4.7 million kids that are relying on you?
The message I think to anyone listening is to plug into your local community, your local Boys and Girls Club. They need your support. They need your help, whether it's volunteering to help on the meal delivery program, or it's to get involved through financial support, and or to do some of this virtual programming as well. So there's a lot of opportunities. And then, of course, we have, with the COVID-19 virus, set up a relief fund. And we are taking the funds that come into that and then distributing those to local Boys and Girls Clubs. And that's at bgca.org/relief.
Jim, thank you so much for taking the time, man. And the best of luck to you. We'll do everything we can to help those 4.7 million kids who are really relying on you to keep them going. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Trevor, and Brad. Thank you again. Great to see you both.